Some agents fought NIN registration in 2011-15 and presently fighting me. Pantami reacts to allegations. The embattled Minister of Communications and Digital Economic, Dr. Issa Pantami, has stated that detractors who do not want the National Identity Number Registration Project to succeed were behind the current religious attacks on his person. Pantami added that they killed the NIN project first in 2011 and later in 2015, also 2018, because they did not want to forego their criminal and selfish interests. But Buhari appointed you there. It's a bit contradictory. In an interview with Premium Times, the minister noted that he believed that detractors were presently fighting the NIN project and were behind the hordes of attacks against him. Pantami says, "I do not doubt this. It has to do with the NIN. Do you know one thing? This policy started in 2011. It wasn't successful. Why? It was fought. In 2015, it came up. It wasn't successful. In 2018, there was a time that there were meetings between government and mobile network operators, and it was announced by the agreement with the government. The deadline was January 2018. Is there online? I will share it. It is there online. I will share it with you if you like. By January 2018, it was not implemented because there are forces against it. These are forces now. They have started coming with news that people are coming from neighboring countries to register. They fail to understand that the NIN is not only for Nigerians. Anybody in Nigeria can obtain it. In section 16 and 17 of the Act, mention the registrable people in the country: citizens, legal residents, legal permanent residents, and legal residents for a minimum of 2 years. So it is not only for citizens, and it is also important to know that this is not an indication that they are citizens of Nigeria. It is rather an indication that you presented your biometric data, so the government controls your data. And that data, NIMC, nobody has access to it in any way he likes. Getting access to it illegally is 10 years imprisoned. It is there in the law, but people would like to discredit it because they don't like it. When asked if he was stopped for a search or denied a visa when he visited the US, the minister said, "I will give you evidence here with me just for your eyes. At least I obtained the US visa probably 3 to 4 times. One will expire, you will apply for another. Even the one I applied for last, they asked for information which I provided. Look at their reply." And he showed the reporter's email evidence. You can see from the email the embassy saying, okay, you can go ahead to submit your passport for the visa. So there's no issue. I don't have any issue. I have been traveling there. For example, in 2017, I was in the US attending a consumer electronics show. In 2018, I was there attending a consumer electric show, and I was in Seattle based on the invitation of Microsoft. And in 2019, I was also there attending a consumer electronics show. And I was also at Harvard University, where I attended training as well. I also traveled to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology for a visit, where we had a partnership with them representing Nigeria and the government, and many more. These are between 2017 and the end of 2019. All right. But you're not addressing the issues of your links with terrorist groups and your endorsement of them. That is the question at hand. Because again, it's a good thing for you to come out and say that, there's an underlying force that is against the NIN, and they're using, they're attacking me by virtue of, bringing out certain things. I want to clarify that those things are false. That is how you reply, and you put down rumors. Because again, you just said that there are people attacking you. Okay, fine. But they're attacking you with something. It is that thing that would discredit whether their attack is real or not. So you're not addressing what they're attacking you with. You're not helping yourself. You're really not. So I don't understand. Somebody says, nonsense. This is your NIL that cannot trace Kaduna kidnappers going a month now. Full of corruption. We are your people. We are now your people ATM. But I don't know why would it have to be linked to your SIM? Aren't there better ways to do so? I don't know. To make it easier, people have to vote. Just tell people, go register for your voter's card. You make it illegal that you must have one, because it is your right as a citizen to be able to vote, and you need that. So again, to getting your PVC is more of a reason for people to go give their information, and you record the information and keep it. Because again, you're storing information at the end of the day. So again, as you register for people's PVCs, they put the information. You can give them a number and have and send it to them if they have addresses or whatever. It's so disorganized in the country that where you want to start from, there's always going to be logistic issues. There's going to be so many issues because the country is just messy. But again, I think to make it easier, getting a PVC is more of a cause for people to just, because randomly to go NIN link into your SIM, it's just extra. So again, if you're gonna combine all in one, you go get your PVC. Because prior to this, they didn't require you to have an NIN before you get your PVC. So again, go get your PVC. That information that's recorded there, you keep that information, and I guess people who don't have addresses will bring up the idea that we need to make a whole system of addressing and mailing and all that. Again, at least 80% of the population should have an address. At least that's for a developed country to actually continue. Someone puts a comment here and says, when you catch them in the act, then it's corruption fighting back. Exactly. Oga, we are not deceived. We know jihadists when we see them. Okay, maybe you have a whole criteria. But again, your deflection makes you even more guilty. It's not helping you. Address the issues. Address the fact that you're being accused of links with dangerous groups. And if you're Minister for Information and you're linked to such groups, why would you think that people will be at liberty to go give out their information and link their SIM cards? But then again, what if you now change your number? How would that work then? Doesn't make sense. Somebody says failed government of a failed country. Absolutely. Fix hospitals, schools, insecurity, electricity, good roads and others. Nigeria used to be okay without NIN. Tell them. So yeah, I don't know what his plan is, but it's the deflection for me. And that person says, look at how the NIN issue is being discussed as if it is the main issue bothering Nigeria. Some quarters has been clamoring for breakups, and yet the government is looking the other way round and never care to address the issue through dialogue and understanding. Absolutely. This is not our problem. It really isn't. And in one way, you might think that, this is actually sort of tactical in a way, because again, we're now getting distracted from issues that are happening in the country. Because as we know, there's so many things are going on everywhere. So many things are going on. People are getting killed left, right, center. It has, in a way, become a norm in the country. So again, you trended yesterday, and that was really huge because for the whole of Twitter that morning, or even prior to that, it was just his conversation as like, there are other things that should trend, in my opinion, but it is what it is. It gives you ideas. It's not far-fetched to think that all this is all controlled. Put what you think in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.